I just knew last play that she got me on the drive beforehand, so this time I really focused on make sure she didn't go middle. 'Cause I knew this is where she wanted to go, especially with her left hand. So.
And then one of your last games in Moody today, just talk to me about getting a big win like this to keep the race for first place going.
Oh, it means a lot because that's one of our goals beginning of the year is we know we have the talent to do it and the grit to do it, and so having the opportunity to get one step closer to our goal is very special.
Talk to me about Amy Flippin coming off the bench, having a huge game for y'all.
Amy was a big spark for us. She always brings great energy, and I was glad today she was out there confident, and she was finishing like I know she can. So it was really exciting to see.
And then were those last couple plays of the game, were those called by you or called by her, or was that you taking initiative?
The first one, I took initiative. I broke the play. The second one, she called no. She saw me in the huddle that looked for my attack, especially going left, 'cause that's where I kind of favored to go. And I saw they were denying Aaron, so I just went for it. And yeah.
One thing that stands out about your performance to me is your ability to keep the offense calm, keep your teammates calm. How do you develop that? Is that practice, or is that just your mindset once you get into game mode?
I think it's a little bit of both. Especially as a senior, like this comes with experience and knowing like when you need to go fast, when you need to slow down, and make sure everybody feels calm. If I'm panicking, everybody's gonna panic. So it's like a balance.
And then watching you, you just scan the defense the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have the ball, when you do have the ball. When you were able to drive through the lane, what did you see from their defense to get that open?
I knew that they would collapse, especially when they were in their zone. I knew they were going to collapse, so I knew like a shooter was going to be open on the wing. So when I had an opportunity to attack a gap, I knew what I was looking for. Then in man, they're so spread out with their help side. So
You've scored 8 points or more in your last 4 games. What has been working so well for you on the offensive side of the ball, and do you feel like you take a bit of momentum from one game to the next?
I think what helped is my teammates, honestly, because Peyton and Aaron are such a threat outside. And so I realized I got to be more aggressive because it will help them out too. Cause so it has to keep defense not offense. Has to keep defense honest to be like, okay, she might be more aggressive. Like it opens it up for everybody to score.
Is it nice to have them setting up plays for you rather than the other way around? Maybe.
Wait, say it one more time, sorry.
Is it nice to have like Peyton and Emma or in Aaron setting up plays for you rather than normally you setting up plays for them? Maybe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, spread the love, I guess, everybody.
Awesome.
I got one last thing. Just what piqued my interest, I know recently y'all been playing a lot of zone. Just like as the guard, how have you been like observing that, and just like how has that been for you guys?
We are like a lot of teams. They struggle to guard our man set, so we knew coming in, and we practiced all week. Like we're gonna see a zone, especially a team like UVU. They like to change their defenses a lot, and so we knew like their 1-3-1, their 2-3 was gonna show up. So we were prepared.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bree.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, Amy, just talk to me about getting that win today.
I mean, we all do it for each other. Even then when we're down, we always need to just keep pushing through. And I think when we got to the second half, we just continued to fight back and we didn't lay down.
Your role with the team has increased over the season. Talk to me about your 10 points today, your 5 of 6 shooting.
I think my teammates just found me on the open block most of the time. I was in the right spot at the right time, and I think that they just saw the right read, and I give that all to them.
Against a team that really likes to go inside, kind of what was your mindset going into today of not only defending the paint but then being successful on the other side?
I think defending the paint is a big thing. They really like lobs, and we did that a lot in practice. We went drills and drills over that, and we knew coming in that was a big factor in the game. And then on the other side, I think just attacking them and posting them up, period, is just a good thing that happened today.
They got 11 more free throw attempts than you guys did today. Talk to me about the adversity that you guys fought through.
We just fought. I mean, refs are going to call fouls, and I think that we just fought through that, and we kept playing the whole game.
Yeah. And then your only senior on the team, Bree Davis. Talk to me about what you saw from her, especially down the stretch.
I think Bree just always plays with so much joy and confidence, and I think those last 2 plays and just the whole game in general, she's always very calm and very a good spoken mind, and I think that was really helping us today.
I think one of the things I observed down low, I know it's something that you guys do work on defensively, like for you, like he was talking about. But there was a couple times where you got a couple blocks. So walk me through that.
Either Coach Goodenough says take a charge or get a block, and I'd much rather get that block and get it on the other end for my team. And always just being help side is my big job in that.
One thing that stuck out to me, there was a couple times into the game where I was surprised by how open you were able to get. How were you able to read the defense to just pop out and have an open shot there?
It's just the flow of the game. You just have to flow. As Coach Simpson says, that's our motto for me. Flow into whatever it happens. Go in open spaces for your teammates. It'll get people open for cuts and kickouts as well.
You also made really big plays in big moments. Mentally, are you having to calm yourself down, or do you just kind of already have that?
I kind of already have that mentality in my mind of confidence is key, always, and just flowing into everything that you do.
And then what hypes you up more, getting a bucket or getting a block?
Getting a block. I really like to score too, but getting a block for my teammates to know that I help them with something is one of my big keys.
Talking about confidence too, I think you had at least 6 points in the first quarter alone. Do you feel like that kind of fueled you, gave you some momentum to go off of throughout the game?
I think once I got that first bucket, I was like, oh yeah, it's on, baby. I was like, yes. But when I was coming off the bench period, I think that I knew I had to do a great job defensively because they really like those lobs and everything else. But when I got that first bucket, I was like, oh yeah, it's happening.
We got one. Your matchup was Gracie Sorensen today off the bench. And how did you come in and just stop her and hold her to 5 points?
As we said, we've already played them twice, so I knew coming in that's the big lob is the real help, and I needed to stop her on everything that we did. And even when number 25, Hallie Nelson, came in, I knew that I also needed help on that lob too because they're a big lob heavy team.
I want to know your perspective. Something Goodenough talked about is how Erin always leads usually in rebounds. So
Yeah.
tell me your perspective from a big side, like what you see from her. I think she had maybe 9 today.
I think Erin is just a go-getter always on the boards. Like, she's always in the right place at the right time. And I think she tags really well is another thing that we like to do. And even on defensive, she's just always there and always ready to go get that ball. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are? All right, Coach, your lowest scoring game since late January. Just talk to me about your team's ability to adjust to that game script.
It's unacceptable. No. Well, really credit UVU. I mean, they changed their defense a lot. I didn't think that we started the game off very well. The first quarter was just all them, nothing for us. We were playing from behind. We were not the aggressors to start the game out, and so we kind of wasted the whole first half, really not being very efficient on offense, not playing in sync defensively. But proud of, how we responded, in the third quarter. We came back after halftime, and I thought we shared the ball a lot better. But I credit UVU, just changing defenses. You're constantly changing offense. Peyton didn't shoot the ball very well. I thought she took some good shots. 1 of 9 is not characteristic of her from the three-point line. We saw a lot of zone today. We hit a higher percentage from the three-point line. It's a different game. But this is probably something we needed. We needed to have to fight from behind. We were down 10 at one point. We kind of traded baskets there late in the fourth, and we just had to dig deep and, be able to read the defense and score in those situations. So I think we're going to look back and see where this was a really good game for us to have.
You mentioned Peyton's struggles. Was there something you saw in her, just a tough shooting day?
No, I mean, she's an elite three-point shooter. And I don't want her to stop shooting them. I tell her she needs double-digit threes every night, and so it was just a night she didn't hit the ball, hit very well, and so then I noticed she played a lot of minutes too. That could have had something to do with it as well. Her coach didn't do a good job of resting her. So,
Amy flipping a huge 10 points for you today, leading scorer through the majority of that game. Talk to me about what you saw from her.
Well, with Bree and with Amy, if they'll be in the right spot or they'll be aggressive, teams really focus on Erin. They really focus on Peyton, and a lot of times, to leave someone wide open. And Amy tonight, her girl just kept having to help on drives, and she was the option. And I'm just so proud of her for not being in a hurry, just squaring up, taking shots. She works on every day in practice. You want players to know, like, if they're the best scoring option, they've got to be able to, hit shots that they work on all the time. And her girl was forced to help a lot, and so it really got her open. And just super proud of how she played.
Yeah. And all season you talked about Bree's ability to lead and to
Yeah.
be, kind of the vibes person. Talking about her ability to go down and execute down the stretch.
Yeah, the last 2 possessions we had, she just drove downhill. And again, people were worried about Tolly in the corner. They were worried about Peyton. They were worried about Aaron in the follow. And, there was no one there to help. So she, took advantage of that. I think Bree is playing the best basketball of her life. She's reading the defense really well. We've got to help her not get into foul trouble, just to be more available. But when she was in foul trouble, Jasmine Stone was a huge spark for us off the bench today as well. And one of the weaknesses we've had, through WAC play is we're not getting much point production from our bench. And Jazz came in, scored for us, hit big buckets for us. Amy scored. We have 17 points off the bench. I mean, that was a huge factor for us today. That was a separator for sure.
And then Erin Woodson, obviously a career night on Thursday, but still a really nice 8 and 9 today. Talk to me about her ability to just fight through that.
Yeah, 8 and 9 and 6 assists. I mean, she leads us in rebounds and assists. I'm really proud of the overall assist number. That was a key to the game. We have to share the ball. We've got to read the defense. UVU is really good at helping on drives and helping when the posts are trying to make moves. And so the extra pass, just being available. But for the person that's under pressure to be able to make good passes out was big. So yeah, Erin, she just does what she does. She's just gritty and tough, and her teammates know it. And I said this the other day, but we challenge them like rebound like Erin does, and she's just doing a tremendous job being a great rebounder for us.
And then you mentioned come from behind win, something y'all might need. Talking about how much momentum a game like this can give going into defense.
Yeah, it's huge, and we probably won't even realize it till a little more time goes by. But to be down double digits, not get our head down, just get kind of gritty ourselves and get some defensive stops, hit some big shots. I think this is going to be a game that really pays off for us moving forward.
I know you made obviously a lot of decisions down the stretch of the game, but one of the ones that was interesting, I thought was cool. That last play when you put in Jazz for defensively and you played pretty small, just what was the idea behind that?
Yeah, they had just scored on a downhill drive, and we were going to be there on the catch. We were not going to give up a 3, and so that puts you in a position to get beat off the drive. And Jazz has really come on and become a really good on-ball defender for us, and so we just felt like we needed her in there. She doesn't get credit. If you have a good block out, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but she's been doing a really good job being consistent about blocking out as well. And so, at the end, we can't give up a layup, and we certainly can't give up an offensive rebound. And so that's why we put her in.
There's a bunch of big teams in the WAC. This is one of them. UTA is another one. What's the key to beating these bigger teams?
I don't know, because we're not getting any bigger. I mean, we're not growing any. We got 2 of our tallest kids sitting on the bench the rest of the season, and you've just got to, number one, offense or defensively, you have to pressure the ball, so it's not easy to feed the big kids. You have to do that. And then you just got to convince your players you have to block out and rebound, against the bigger, oftentimes stronger players. So.
Going to Bree, she only played 19 minutes. What was the decision, though, to put her in later in the game?
Just veteran leadership. She's our starting point guard. I really trust her in late game situations, and the last 2 buckets she went and got, they were just great defensive reads. And, she has a lot of experience with us, and I really trust her in those situations.
I feel like early in the season we talked a lot about Natalia Chavez, how important she is in big moments. You had, Bree and Amy today. Showing up in big moments, how do you develop that?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a high-character person. You can't face adversity and throw in the towel and quit. You've got to figure out how to fight through adversity, and I think that builds your perseverance. It elevates your character, and this team really loves each other. You can just tell when they have made a mistake. They don't want to let their teammates down. Sometimes they kind of drop their shoulders, and I don't think they're trying to feel sorry for themselves or make an excuse. I think they just genuinely feel bad that they have let their teammates down. And so it's fun to see different people step up night after night. Tolly had some big minutes. Her shots were huge tonight. One was like NBA range 3. It's like, why are you even out there? But she's ready to pull the trigger, and she's an elite shooter as well. But I thought today was really good because we did have like some different people stepping up. It wasn't Peyton getting 30 or Aaron, scoring 25 or Emma Troxel, having a double-double. It was just a combination of everybody doing a little bit. Everybody just be willing to, sort of had that mentality of no job is not my job. I've got to make some plays.
And Zena, you go into halftime down by 6, but you come out and way to win. That's happened quite a lot, I feel like, this season. That ability to not get rattled. How important will that be as y'all lengthen your season?
Yeah. I mean, for me, like I'm all consumed with this basketball. Like yesterday I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to make the reservation for our pregame meal. Like I had been dreaming about basketball so much. I thought yesterday was game day and I was like, oh wait, we have one more day. And like, it just consumes me and I get real loud about it. And I go way up. And I just told our team, like, I'm so proud of them. Like, they're pretty much like this all the time. Sometimes I wish they would get a little bit more, like, fiery and, like, get onto their teammates or whatever. But, I mean, they're pretty much like this. And, I can't really think of situations this year where they're like, it's over. Like, they just keep fighting. And, I really credit that to, they love each other, that team first wins mentality, but just high character people, too. So, yeah, thank you.
You look back at the previous close wins this team has, whether it's each of the Charleston State games or a couple of UTA wins. Do you think you can kind of look back on those experiences when it comes to a game like this to pull it out?
We didn't reference that, but certainly, yeah, that just the experience you've had, and that you can come down or you can come back from being down one or two possessions. And this one, I mean, it literally came down to the wire. They even took a shot at the end, like it came down to the wire. And so, really proud of our team, like just playing until the final buzzer, the final second.